Tony DeBellis, 1985. Tony, 1985 graduate of Bergen Catholic. Subsequently, he completed studies at Pace University, Leuven School of Business in just 3 years.
Woo!
Upon graduation from college, Tony began his career in the insurance industry. At the same time, he began coaching football at BC at the age of 20. Let me say that again. Tony DeBellis has been coaching the BC football team for the past 36 years.
Woo!
When I think about a word that comes to mind to capture how the BC community feels about you, it's just got to be beloved. As a player and a coach, Tony has been a part of over 300 varsity football victories with the Crusaders. He's also been part of 13 state championships and 8 #1 ranked football teams in New Jersey and counting. Tony was the offensive coordinator in the 1990s, where for the decade, the program went 99-10, highlighted by the 1998 Crusaders, which went 12-0, scored a school record of 599 points, and was named the Team of the Century by the BERGEN record. Tony, you were the offensive coach. You couldn't stretch it to 600 points. 599. Moving through the 2000s, Coach DeBellis helped on both sides of the ball before settling in as the defensive coordinator in 2014. As the head of this unit, he led the Bergen Catholic defense to a 12-0 record in 2021. So Tony, if you remain coaching for 50 more years, I think we have a good chance of a back-to-back Team of the Century recognition. Tony's been described as the quintessential servant leader. Honestly, Tony, that's how I remember you in class when you weren't cheating behind my back. Modest, impactful, funny, reliable. You had impeccable values and integrity then, and still do today. Tony started his own insurance agency in 1999. His office is in Hackensack. He and his wife Tracy, maiden name Campanelle. Is that right? Not Campanile? D'accord. Yeah, it is. The Jersey Italian, the Campanelle. Campanile. His high school sweetheart. They've been active supporters of BC for over 40 years. Tony and Tracy started the New Jersey Freedom AAU Girls Club Basketball Organization in 2001. Go, girls! Yes! Tony had the honor and privilege of coaching his 3 daughters, Dakota, Hunter, and Colby, throughout their basketball careers. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony DeBellis.
What a crowd, what a crowd. Guys, just want to let you know, my wife and I recently went to the doctor for a routine physical. My wife said you better get checked out before this big dinner, see what's going on, see how you're feeling. I said, okay, but the doctor she took me to was a little bit nutty. The patient before me goes in, says, Doc, you only gave me 6 months to live, I'm not going to be able to pay my bill. So the doctor gave the guy another 6 months. I went in, did my physical. The doctor, checks me out. He says, I'll send the results home. Don't worry about it. So Tracy got the results today. She goes, you got to read this at the dinner. I said, okay, we'll see. She was really happy. She said, oh, great. So here they are. So I asked the doc, I said, Doc, how much longer do you think I can coach? I'm 55, I've been coaching at Bergen 35 years. It's my 36th year coming up. So here's the results. The doctor says I can coach until I'm 77. Tracy said, wait a second. Tracy said I was holding it upside down. Oh, sorry guys. Doctor says I'm ill. terrible jokes. I told Tracy those jokes would bomb. Tracy's been by my side for 40 years, since 1983. Our junior year in high school, we started dating. She's been a huge Bergen Catholic fan ever since. We've supported the school, the teens, the kids for all those years. So lucky. So lucky. That's one of the words that kept coming back when I was trying to jot down some notes for my speech. Lucky of the parents that I have, my dad, my mom. My dad was my first football coach, taught me how to play football in the backyard. My mom taught me about compassion, love, caring for other people. My three sisters, my brother, greatest family anyone could ever ask for. Lucky at work. I work with my sister Diane, my brother Andrew, my daughter Hunter, my guys in the office, Julio, my man Dave Cavaluso, Kicker Joe. They're awesome people to work with. Dave Cavaluso should be one of the next guys inducted to the Hall of Fame at some point after 25 years coaching and playing in Bergen. An all-time great. Lucky, so lucky. Grew up in the town of Fairlawn. So many great things happened there for me. Right? My wife Tracy's from Fairlawn. I got my first coaching gig with Mike Campanelli, coaching these two little rats named Vito Campanelli and Ronnie Cardi. They were, 11, 12 years old. That team we coached, 7 future first-team All-State players on that team. I mean, talk about lucky. I've been around great people, great coaches my whole life. Lucky to go to Bergen Catholic. My first coach there, Tony Karsich, one of the all-time greats. Right? Yeah. All-time greats. Hall of Fame guy here too. Right? Lucky, grew up in Fairlawn. Mr. Hammerly, not Joe Hammerly, Mr. Hammerly, Joe's dad, met him at a Little League baseball game in Fairlawn when I was 20 years old. Mr. Hammerly says, oh, there's a new coach up at Bergen Catholic. His name's Fred Stengel. He's looking for assistant coaches. Joe's going to coach. I told him you might be interested, blah, blah, blah. Next thing, 35 years later, I'm still at Bergen Catholic, right? So Coach Stengel, another great role model, taught me the coaching profession. When I thought, I knew football, I didn't know anything about football. Fred taught us from scratch, right? We had a bunch of young guys, and a bunch of them are here. Hammer, Sly, Jorge, Kevin Page. We were 19, 20, 21 years old running Bergen Catholic football. We had a great group of guys, and we learned together, we won together. It was just an awesome experience growing up with these guys. The staff we have now, second to none. As good as we've ever had. The young guys we have now are the future, right? When I'm retired at some point, whenever they drag my bones out of here, there's so many great young coaches, there's so many great young Bergen Catholic guys involved in the program that care about these kids. The program is in great, great hands in the future. You can count on that. Coaching my daughters in their AAU program, so special to me. Watching these girls grow into strong, independent, tough women is a great reward. My youngest daughter, Colby, all three graduated from Penn State. My youngest daughter, Colby, just graduated last year. She's helping my wife run her brand new store out in Lafayette, New Jersey. She's doing a fantastic job with her mom. My middle daughter, Hunter, became the first female head coach of volleyball at Bergen Catholic. The history. My daughter Dakota, who's in the entertainment business, recently advised Tracy and I, like, hey, my contract didn't get renewed. So she kind of sat there, thought about it. She goes, but Mom, Dad, I'm going to get a job with one of our competitors, and I'm going to go back and bury those guys. That's the kind of kids you want to, that's the kind of kids you want to raise. Some of my girls from the AAU team are here. You guys got to stand up. All four of you, stand up. These are some of the stud athletes that I got to coach in girls basketball.
Yeah, right.
They're like daughters to me. They're like daughters to me. They put themselves through college, which wasn't easy. They become coaches, teachers, West Point graduate, Clemson graduate, like leaders in their community. Right? That's what coaching's about. That's what coaching's about. Teaching these guys to be the best they can be. All the time. No one can stop you. Only you. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. The young men I coach at Bergen, I've always tried to give them my best, help them in any way I could. They're my family too. They're my brothers and my sons. We've broken bread together, laughed together, cried together, tears of joy and sadness. Watching these guys succeed in life as dads, husbands, business community leaders, coaches, athletes, that's my real Hall of Fame. Watching those guys succeed. Their success is my success. I wish I had time to name them all, or name some of them, but I don't want to leave anyone out. And Marge and those guys are trying to keep me to 3 to 5 minutes, so I'm going to do my best. Quick little story. I told a couple of the guys this. When I was told by Jim Jacobson after the Del Barton playoff game, which was the semifinals, that I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, which I didn't know they rolled back the bylaws or whatever, because active coaches weren't supposed to be named into the Hall, but they knew I was never going to retire, so they would have to drag me out the box or something, and then my kids would get the Hall of Fame medal, but I got it now, so. So anyway, Jacobson says, Coach, congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame. I swear to God, the first thing in my head was, God damn, we got to beat the shit out of Bosco. Because there's no way I'm coming to this dinner if we lose that game. There's just no way I'm coming. So we took care of business, and we handled Bosco pretty well in the championship game. Few of the things in closing. Some of my all-time favorite sayings. One from my dad. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So true. From Fred Stengel. Focus on the process, and the results will take care of themselves. From Nunzio and Vito. You show each other how much you care by how hard you play, or coach, or work. That's how you show each other. And the last two are a couple of my favorites. And the word started, it's B-U-C-K, which is Buck Fosco. And the last one is Deus Volt. Thank you, guys.